actually found out Elon Musk when he made that flamethrower.
But that was to promote Tesla,
But
I
exactly,
think, or SpaceX. I might be tripping.
whatever it was,
He bought those for like promotion.
whatever
and for
it
fun.
was, like,
And for fun.
and the
Yeah,
notion,
obviously.
whatever it was, he marketed it well and it sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
He sold out, like he sold it out everywhere. Like you can't buy one. Like they don't make them no more.
Did you guys see the video I sent you?
That's
on the
called
fucking-
influence. You know, that's
Yeah.
influence.
The Tesla
What video?
semi truck I sent. Saw it?
Who owned Tesla before? You tell me. What are the names?
We don't know.
I don't know, but they're probably
Point.
rich as fuck.
Not as rich as Elon.
Well, a
But
lot
yeah,
of
I mean,
a-
they're probably living good though.
a
Who
lot of
knows?
people are on Elon's neck right now because you see how he's trying to get all his employees to get back into the office. He says that people are pretending to work from home.
Hey, maybe. Elon's all about efficiency, like time efficiency. He's like, you know, if you
Well-
wanna
you-
work at Tesla, like it takes a certain type of person.
Well, you work from home.
Well,
how,
he would-
how much
he
do
would-
you pretend?
Well, I don't work from home anymore. I don't.
When you worked from home, how much did you pretend?
Like 80% of the time, bro.
Yeah. So
I was
think
posted.
yeah. So I think that's why people are mad.
I'll be making breakfast. You know.
Motherfuckers be in my chair talking about, yeah, I gotta clock out in 20 minutes. I'm like, what? They go on their phone and just clock out. I'm like, dude, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that shit's funny, bro. But like I think that's why people are upset because they kind of got to work now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if I was working from home and they told me I had to go back when I was making the same money here and doing the same,
Yeah, it'd kind of be like a buzzkill. Like,
Yeah.
man, like I
Yeah.
really have to,
Yeah, it's 'cause
wake up earlier,
yeah.
drive over
It's
there,
'cause
and do all that
people-
shit.
Buzzkill.
Like, come on.
yeah, to do the same shit that I could already do here. And still
Yeah,
get paid.
exactly.
Yeah, but at the same
exactly.
time, like your employer wants to keep you on check. You know? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
and
not gonna just be giving away money if I can't even.
of course,
keep an eye on
of
you.
course not. You
Yeah.
really, I see Elon's point of view, because yeah, you're paying these people, so you want them to be efficient and working. You know, like
Right,
as
right.
you're paying. That's what you're paying them for.
Right.
You
right.
know, so
Yeah, you signed a contract.
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
So it's like they were taking advantage of him in a sense.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
people-
yeah.
On our fucking post, some guy was like, he's making people go back to work
Yeah,
for
it's like,
40
oh, boo.
hours.
No,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that
bro,
it
what
does.
the
It doesn't matter.
fuck?
Like if my bosses would be like, "Hey, you got to come into the office," you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, okay, you know, well, I'll go back into the office."
Right,
Like,
and this brings me back to like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
point from last week.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think they're just making him
Yeah.
sound like a tyrant
It's
or
'cause-
something.
Yeah,
like,
it's because people get like a lot. They get too comfortable, you know. what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, he's
They-
an employer.
and it-
Like,
yeah, and like they think his shit is sweet. Goes back to my last point from last week that we talked about. Like, if you don't want that shit, then fucking boss up. You know what I mean? Like, find a way.
yeah,
you know
start
what I
your
mean?
own business.
Start your
like,
own business, and then
do
you're
your
gonna
own thing. Then you know, like,
yeah.
otherwise, it's
Regardless, you're gonna have to work.
yeah,
motherfucker.
regardless, yeah.
And like it's crazy because it's crazy that okay, now I'm gonna go on like a different thing, but like it's crazy because like all right, your employer tells you okay, you gotta be here at this time, right? All right, cool. I'll be there. You know what time to set your alarm in the morning. You know what time to wake up. You get there every time. You show up every time, on time. And then some people don't apply that to themselves. You know what I mean? Like they won't show up on time for themselves and shit like that. Or like like there's like certain structures that make that work, but you can make it work if you apply it to yourself too. But a lot of people don't have discipline and shit like that.
How often are you late to work?
I actually been late once this year to work.
How often are you late to work?
I mean, when I was working from home, I was
Never.
on time, bro. No, I was on time. I was
to
always
the
working.
office.
To the
Minute
office?
late, just late in general.
No, I would
Like-
be
like-
there on time.
Like 3 times a week, G.
No, I'd be there right on time. Like 8:00, my computer would be on and shit. Yeah.
He's like 7:59, walking through the door, 8 o'clock.
What
Just
about
'cause-
you? What
just
about
'cause
you?
sometimes.
What about you? What about you?
I'm actually early to work.
Oh shit.
Every
See,
day.
I'm never like 15 minutes early here at work.
And how much is that? And how much of that is your wife telling you like, hey, you gotta leave already?
No one. Not at all, actually. I wake up.
Oh shit.
I go. I just go 'cause I like to get the extra haircut in. 'Cause it's like at the end of the day, that
It's
extra
more money. It's
yeah,
more tip.
yeah.
It accumulates to you. So you're trying to make the most out of your day.
Yeah, and
at a
usually
time. Yeah.
it's like the same easy haircut every morning, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
see.
like usually the guy that wakes up hella early is the old guy with the 2 on the side, and
yeah.
like he's the one that's there 15 minutes early, you know? And I'm like, fuck it, I can take you.
You guys
Yeah,
ever seen
cool.
The Equalizer.
Movie show.
I think
Denzel Washington.
You probably
I
have to
think I
explain
started
the movie.
seeing it, but
There's a scene where he's like, fish gotta be the fish, fisherman gotta be the fisherman.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but that would make sense.
Some people do. Some people do know what I'm talking
all right, tell us what you're talking about.
You gotta play your
Like
part. Play your
wolves and
part.
sheep.
Play your part.
Play a part. Okay.
Like whatever it is that you're gonna do. You can.
Yeah.
You know.
Like yeah, I would pull up. I would only have enough time to like turn on the computer, set it up, and then at 8 o'clock I'd be punched in. I was never there like too early. What about you, Andre? Are you there right on time? Like this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It fluctuates.
Zandra right there fighting with the people to clock in and shit. When we do it, yeah.
No, it's been there. It fluctuates. It can range from like early to right on time, and then there's always that saying. There's no such thing as on time. You're either early or late.
For this foot, just depends. Is he getting coffee or is he not?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. It just depends on how much I sleep.
He's been not on time sometimes with the pod, but sometimes I've been not on time as well.
Yeah, they dry
got funny stories.
snitching on me on the pod.
That's funny.
But what was I gonna get into? Fuck. Okay, since we're talking about work and shit and like fucking work dynamic and shit like that, I'm reading this book called the War of Art.
The War?
The War of Art. And I don't want to get that mixed up because I've told both my friends that I'm reading that book and they were like, oh, Sung Soo. And I'm like, no, it's Robert Pattinson. Or not Robert Pattinson, fucking Spencer or something. I'm sorry but it's about creative battles and shit like that.
Okay.
And it's split up into 3 segments. One of them's resistance, second one's going pro, and the last one I'm on right now. I can't fucking remember. But going pro is pretty much what that concept that I'm talking about like people putting that same concept but to themselves and like applying it and like showing up and shit like that for yourself.
A lot of times, like in a lot of industries, showing up is like half of the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to make music or learn how to make beats, learn how to engineer, or learn how to like become a barber, just by like showing up to these places and like being there, like that really is half the battle. The rest, like it's like the best way to, become a part of whatever you want to do. You'd be surprised, like if you reach out to somebody and ask them, like, hey, like, do you mind if you could teach me this, or you know what I mean? Like, if someone came up to me like that, which people have, I'm always like, yeah, come to my session, come to my next session or whatever. And then that's how it was for me, like when I was like, up in studios in LA and shit. But yeah, like that's like half the battle basically.
Yeah.
So I think is that what were you going with like the art of war shit?
Oh yeah, that's like, well, it touches on a lot of things. No, it touches about a lot of things. And then, like a lot of it is like let's say like well, there's so much. It's a book, so I obviously can't tell you every
word
fucking
for
thing
word,
word for word. I think
but to generalize
it, that's one of the things that it brings up, showing up, like having respect for the craft that you do and shit. Because if you don't respect it, like you don't get that. Like it's all about like the muse is pretty much like
it's
something
like
in the
apprenticing,
universe.
like
and it's like the muse
interning.
Yeah, and the muse is like something from the universe. So it comes and like you have to channel it. You have to show up for it. You have to respect it. Like it even goes as far as to saying like whatever environment you're in, you have to set it to where it's welcoming to the fucking creative thing that's about to that you're about to receive from the universe and shit. It's a lot of like, I just think people need to go read it. I can't tell you be so detailed because it's a fucking whole book and shit. But if you're having creative troubles and shit and you want to kind of like apply yourself a little bit more, like I definitely recommend it.